Hi everyone, this is Abrar. Welcome to Abrar Knowledge channel. Today's topic is from Minitab Descriptive Statistics. This is part two in the Minitab Navigation series. In the navigation part one, where I talked about overall how to navigate to get the control charts, GRR, and so on and so forth. So this is exclusively on descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistic, as you all know, that is a wonderful features within the Minitab. So you have number of columns, number of rows, and everything. Within few seconds, you will be able to get this value. So all these goes by column. Any column. So even if you have 1 million of data, when you just go and click the descriptive analysis, you will typically get like mean, standard deviation, variance, quartile, and all these value in few seconds. You will be able to get it through Minitab. So please stay tuned till the end. You will get the entire message on how to navigate and get the descriptive statistics. So from the navigation standpoint, you will have in the many tab. If you go to many tab, you have a statistic is called stat, and then you have a basic statistic, and you will find three things. One is called display descriptive statistic, store descriptive statistic, and graphical summary. So if you talk about display descriptive statistic on the screen, Minitab screen, the value will get displayed. And then if you say store, so you will also will have a dedicated column where you can store the results. For example, if you wanted to find out the quartile, so let's say IQR you wanted to find out, interquartile range if you wanted to find out. So what Minitab will do, Minitab will create one column and store the result there. You can display, you can copy paste from Minitab and use it in the PPT or various other modes you can use it. So display descriptive meaning like where it displays on the screen of Minitab. So this is the options you will have in the Minitab when you go to descriptive statistics. Following options will be available, but default it will be default. For example, default will have mean, standard deviation, variance, quartile, range, and sum and trim value. These are all the some common value will be available. Let's say if you are opted for all, what it does is it gives all the things. It gives for the particular column, it gives a mean, it gives standard error of mean and standard deviation, variance, coefficient of variance, trimmed mean, sum, minimum, maximum, range, you know the formula, maximum minus minimum. So number of non-missing, like let's say you have 100 values, and non-missing, nothing is missing, all this value it contains, that's called non-missing. So it will be like out of 100 you have all 100 values, that means zero non-missing it will show. Missing meaning like if you have any missing value it will show. And n total also called small n, that means it will give number of terms, number of n value it will give, cumulative n, and percentage also you will also will get the cumulative percentage also as well. So these are all the interesting thing you will also will get it. One is called first quartile, median, third quartile, interquartile. Interquartile meaning like Q3 minus Q1. So about interquartile and first quartile and third quartile and the SD, I have preserved this topic in the following video, which I will be elaborately discussing on that. And then mode, anything repeated values you call mode. Sum of square, skewness, kurtosis, and MSSD. And then default, and this is the check statistic one. So you can opt for either default. If you opt for none, you will not get any value. If you opt for all, you can get the all value also as well. So this is the selection you need to do, but these are all the options you will have in the Minitab. So let me talk about three things. One is display descriptive, and then you have stored and the graphical one. So let's talk about the store descriptive one. Store mean, as I said, that result in the worksheet. Meaning in the Minitab, the result will get stored. And then you have something called display. Display meaning like it display on the screen, right up on the screen of the Minitab. For example, summarize your data with the descriptive statistic such as mean and the standard deviation. It's not limited to whatever you opt for. All these value you will get it. For example, you opt for all like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 values you offer, all 25s you will get it. So standard and display the result in the session window. Session window meaning like actual window, which where the result it gives. And if you wanted to store something, so the Minitab, what it does, it creates one additional column. For example, summarize your data with the descriptive statistic such as the mean, standard deviation, not limited to that. You can also have all 25 set of values. Store the result in the worksheet. And then you have something called graphical one. So all these bell curve, it gives all these graphs as such. So this is what the mild difference between these three. First is we talked about session window. Session window, if you see session window, is also called display descriptive statistic. Session window is nothing but display descriptive statistic. Yeah. So in that, what are the thing you will get? You will get mean, minimum, maximum. You will get median. You will get first and third quarter. This is the only options you will get it. For example, if you wanted to have a graphical summary, let's say this is the graphical summary. Let's say you are opting for, you're going to statistic, basic statistic, and you are opting for graphical summary. Then see what are the options you will have. So these are all the options you will have. You will be able to find out the variance, mean, max, and you have median, you have first and third quartile, skewness, kurtosis, and then you have normally test statistic p-value also you will get it. So when you opt for something called store one, the second one, so in the statistic, basic statistic and store descriptive statistic, you will get all these values from variance to all the way MSSESL. Let's talk about a little bit of definition of this. Variance, you all know that the standard deviation is called variance, right? Standard deviations squared. If you do that, anything is standard deviation. If you do that square, you will get the variance. Variance formula you all know, root of the sigma value, I mean x minus x whole square by n minus 1. So this is the collection of this file value, and this is what basically we can. But Minitab does it very very fast. So this is median. The median point you will get it, and this is confidence level and quartile. And these two topics are preserved for the following video. And then you will have sum of square, skewness, and all that. So now we'll see that how to practical demo using Minitab. How to append the data. I have taken the live data, how to append the data and get the summary. Let us go to Minitab. So I have already pasted this value. So this is the calorie consumed value I have. Let's say these are all the data sets I have. You can see the data set. I have 15 data sets. As you all know that, so Minitab does not count the header. Header is considered to be row 0, right? It does not count. So it counts only from the actual set of data. So and one beauty about Minitab is, for example, if I try to give the text inside it, because this column is C1, just a value, variables column. If you try to give a value, it will not accept. It will not accept. So that's a Poca UK they have done inside the Minitab. Okay, let's talk about how to find out. So I have already done it. So I'm going to delete this value. I'm going to delete and do it for you one more time. Okay, this is the Minitab and this is the value I have. All you need to do is you need to go to start. You need to go to basic statistic. Let's talk about the first option, display descriptive statistic. Have a click on that, and I'm going to give F3. That means it will delete off. It will clear the window. F3. So consume calories consumed, I'm going to pick up. So in this statistic, I will have all of these options. So default, this is the default value. Now I'm going to select all. That means I need to have all the values for this one. Look at this. This is the value you have, and how within a fraction of second, we are talking about millisecond, the data is ready. So it gives like calories, number of terms we have like 15, and number of missing term is 0, cumulative number is 15, and percentage is 100 and cumulative percentage is 100. What is the mean? 2438. Mean of all of these calories 2438, and standard error of mean is 211. Trimmed mean is 2405. Standard deviation 817. And then you have variables, and in this one variance is how much? Coefficient of variance, some value, square value, minimum, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value we have, and what is q1 q3 meet. I will talk about the quartile in the following video. And then what is the range, and what is the IQR, interquartile range, and what is the mode, how much repeated. For example, 1900 is being repeated twice. That's what it indicates. 190 is being repeated twice. And skewness, and kurtosis, and MSSD, that also I will be talking about. These two topic I have preserved for this. Let's talk about, for the test one. Let's do that. I wanted to append the data. Let's say in this one, instead of 3,800, I'm gonna make it 4,000, right? Let's say there is a modification in the data, and also let's say there are two additions in the data, like 2,000, 2,200. This is the data now. So you can see that n value has become 17. So all you need to do is you go to this one, edit last window, or you can give Control E, and this is a window you will get it. And then you can go to statistics, check, ensure that all is being checked, and then you can give OK. So now you have got, see that 17, and all of these, the mean value has got changed, and quartile has got changed, and minimum value has got changed. Let's say minimum value I'm giving like 10, just to have the demo. 10, like Control E, you can give either way. You can go to edit last dialog, or you can give Control E, and then you can give OK. So here you can see the minimum value is 10 and maximum value is 4,000. So all of these things much easier and faster way we can find it. Let's do one more test. Let's say I wanted to have one more test. I mean, the cricket scorer, I mean, the 10 matches won. One match 34, one match 100, one match 102, one match 39, one match only one digit, one match again two digit, and then you have some value 87 and 100 and so on. So and then you have 65, and then you have 34. So I wanted to find out the mean, standard deviation, variance, all these I want to find out. In Excel, if you do it, it takes a lot of time, right? In Minitab, it is much easier. So let's say instead of test, I will say cricket, yeah, cricket player. Okay, so this is the, you can see the 10th value I have. So all you need to do is, so always the the Minitab goes with the column, right? You can go to Control E, and then I'm gonna give so all these two columns, C1 and C3, being listed down. So I'm gonna give F3. I'll pick up cricket value, and then statistic. I'm gonna select all, give OK, and then so now all of these, so this is n value equal to 10, and missing is 0, of course. Let's say I have just dropped this value 0, I have missed it. Let's say he has not played this match, right? So now, so automatically it gives a star. Maybe I will give refresh this one. So this missing value is 1. So total n equal to 1. So like this, we can easily identify it. So Minitab identified in very fast, and this is the value, got it. And what is the mean value? 58 percentage. And what is the standard error mean, and trim mean, standard deviation, and variances, and what is the range? Everything you will be able to find out. So repeated is mode is 34 and 100. 2 times 100 is there, 2 times 34 is there. So that's what it means. Skewness is minus, and kurtosis is minus 1.81. We'll talk about that. And MSSD is 957.8. So this is how you can play around. Let's say you wanted same data, descriptive data. Let me go to another options, store result. So let's say in store result, I'm opting for the next one. The first one we have done with this. So first one we have done displayed, already displayed on the screen. let's talk about store the result. Okay, and then let me take the second example, store cricket. And what value I want, let's say this time I wanted to be very picky, so I want only the value of mean, variance, standard deviation, and let's say n one I need to have, and then first quartile, third quartile, and all these quartile I need, minimum value, maximum value, range, and some value. So this is what I need. So you can see that. So mean is 58. It has been preserved, this one. Minitab already has done these things in the column wise, and the it's a dedicated field for everything. Standard deviation 37, variance is this one. So all these values stamped automatically, right? So that is how we can store the result also as well. So that you can copy paste in your respective PPT or Excel or something. And then the same thing, if you wanted to have a graph, you can also do that. So for example, let's say cricket player, and you wanted to have a graph, so you can also have that. So the same thing in the graph you will get it, like p value and mean, standard deviations, all these in much fast mean, median, all these value you will get it. So this is how, I hope this is very useful for you, and please make use of basic statistic. It is very very powerful. In Minitab it does calculation because it has all these inbuilt. It does the calculation much faster, much accurate way. So before we wrap up, I would like to show one more thing. For example, if you go to statistics, you will have both the things. Like statistic, you'll also will have a graph. Let's say you wanted to, these four options will come up: histogram of data, just a histogram, bar chart, and histogram of data with a normal curve is a bell curve, individual individual value plot, and box plot. Let's say I wanted to opt for all of these things. Let's say I wanted to opt for bell curve and box plot, right? You can also do with this help of box plot also as well. So this is the descriptive one, all the descriptive you got it. If you scroll down, you will get it. So this is the value, you got it. Mean, what is the bell curve, what is the range, everything you got it. And then you can also get it in the box plot also as well. So in the box plot you can easily get it, like what is n value, q1, q3, all the descriptive what you saw you will get in this very very easy. So I hope this video is very, very useful for you. Please do like and share and subscribe my channel. You have a wonderful day ahead.